see, I think we're after the hour. Good morning, everyone. If you will please take a seat. This conference meeting of the Mobile County Commission is now called to order. Do we have anyone here to address the commission today? Sheree?
Yes, ma'am. We have a representative from Topgolf, Mr. John Whitson, and we have another gentleman who's signing in right now. I'll get that information when our first speaker is speaking.
Mr. Whitson? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Welcome back to Mobile.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for your time. I wish we had a little bit better weather. My name is John Whitson. I'm actually with Realty Link. We're a development company. My address is 4209 Autumn Lane, Birmingham, Alabama, just for the record.
For the record.
I appreciate the time, and I'd like to take a little bit of this moment to just kind of go over what we're proposing and what we see as a vision for the old Hollywood Theater over there at McGowan. So we have purchased that property back in December of last year and have gone through many different iterations of how to bring the right tenant and the right prospect and the right opportunity to Mobile, and believe that we have found the best fit for it. So what we're able to do is we are able to bring Topgolf to the property. They'll be bringing a 60-bay facility, which is going to be one of the first of its kind in the Topgolf realm. And we will then plan on having that commence construction the end of this year and look to have an opening towards the end of next year. Those things take a year plus, and in the supply chain environment, possibly longer environment. So fingers crossed we make the end of next year. It may bleed a little bit past that, but if we can get HVAC units and all that good stuff. So it is a great facility. If anyone's not familiar with it, I'm happy to point them to some websites, but of course even better is to go visit it. There's one in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm sorry, obviously Birmingham, Alabama. I'm used to going to other states as well, to Birmingham and in Huntsville. So we as a developer are very happy to bring this to Mobile. We think it's going to be a great opportunity for Mobile. It'll be a great opportunity for Topgolf as well. So it's a really great partnership. With that in mind, we'll be tearing down the building. We'll be putting up 150-foot, 160-foot net poles, if y'all haven't seen it before, and as I said, kind of that 2-story 60-bay facility, and then it will operate exactly at that first-class level that they do everywhere. So, are there any questions I can answer for the commission? Is there any more detail? I realize that's a very 30,000-foot view of what it is, but I think that's kind of the appropriate with what we have to show and go over here right now.
Well, for those who may not have never visited one, aren't familiar, would you speak a little bit about maybe the amenities there?
Absolutely.
And the success and what's happening at some of your other facilities as far
Absolutely.
as, interest in people, visitors?
Yes, absolutely. So these are, Realty Link is probably we're the largest developer for the tenant, and we've developed these from Florida to Boston out to Seattle, and they have been wildly successful in every municipality they go into. The experience, just to touch a little bit on what an experience is like when you go to one of these facilities. So this is far more than just a driving range. This is an entire kind of family experience, restaurant, sports bar. Kind of, you have a whole experience to go in there and see both. Let's work on our golf game. Let's work on our golf swing, as well as let's do business outings where we do group, building, and we also do family gatherings. So this facility is going to be very focused on the family aspect of it. We think that's a strong component for this community, and so that'll be a focus for Topgolf here. Not that it is in other ways, but here as well. And we will, we expect to see I can't, since I'm not with Topgolf, I can't give you a number of visitors expectation. But I can tell you that it is a really, really large number coming in every year. As far as what it does to the surrounding area, it typically brings in additional tenants. You see other tenants that are entertainment oriented, that want to come in and co-locate adjacent or in near proximity to this kind of tenant. And we've had some interest for those kind of tenants as well that have already expressed some interest to come along near this. So from the experience standpoint, I can't say anything better than it's really something, it's just great fun. You know, personally, we've gone out there and had family events, but that's what it is.
Okay.
And Commissioners, we'll have the representative from Topgolf himself here, Todd Waldo, at the Monday meeting to answer additional questions in a small, very brief presentation.
That's correct.
Will he be able to speak to a number of jobs and wages?
He will.
Yeah.
I think this is a very exciting prospect. I think our citizens are excited about it, and of course, they just heard about it, really. I mean, of course, it's been kind of a rumor for a while, but I think
I
it
thought
was
no one-
actually on the news this morning, so
I thought no one knew about this.
I think this has been the
best kept secret.
the worst kept secret in Mobile
Yeah,
for many,
worst.
many months. But I just want to say that I'm excited. I've been working behind the scenes to get this project done here in Mobile. I would say maybe the biggest opportunity for an entertainment venue, for a tourist attraction, the biggest one, I would say, in my lifetime. I'm 50 years old, and I can't think of anything that's come to Mobile as far as an entertainment venue or a tourist attraction than a Topgolf, and I'm super excited about it, and that's why I've been behind this project, pushing it for months and months and months, and I'm excited to see that we're finally at the stage that we're at now.
And I think it will help build on synergy between what's happening over at the Sportsplex. You know, we continue to build out that facility and hopefully bring in sports tourism families. And, you know, so I think it all kind of works together synergistically.
Absolutely. That's a big component of their analysis of the site. Any other questions?
Well, we'll just, we'll wait till after Monday, and I guess the city will be approving theirs. Jay, what is the timeline?
It is my understanding from Britton Bonner, the city will first review of it next Tuesday, and in keeping with the city's practice, it'll be held over a week, and the plan is to vote on it a week from Tuesday by the city. Same exact development agreement. It's a three-way agreement between the developers, the city, the county. The only additional requirement the city will have is to deal with some of the permitting and subdivision issues which are outside of our jurisdiction.
Okay, and from that point forward, when can we expect this to,
So next step is
Timeline.
to, you know, so we will submit for the PUD amendment immediately thereafter. So our plan is to submit for the PUD amendment on the 30th of the month. And we already have our demo plans in place and would try to commence demolition in October probably, with the actual groundbreaking then for the, you know, we got to clear everything off and then start building back up. And that'd probably be December.
all right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you.
being here today and
Y'all
joining us.
have been great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Kudos to Mr. Hope in the background there.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
We do have another speaker, Mr. Richard Waters. He's signed in. Oh, not correct?
Are you Mr.?
Waters?
are-
He said if he had questions, he would sign in. Sir, is there a specific item you'd like to ask questions about?
Now at this project, I was more interested, I was understanding there was something about the auditorium being discussed here today.
About the Civic Center Auditorium, that is the city. That's a city project. It's owned by the city.
Who's last?
That one we're not discussing.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
No more speakers, ma'am.
All right. Eddie, will you do the honors, please?
Absolutely. Consider the following. Number one, approve minutes of the special meeting of August 1st, 2022. Number two, approve a list of claims. Number three, hold a public hearing so any citizen of the county shall be given the opportunity to be heard for or against any item related to the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balance report. Four, approve application for transfer of retail beer and retail table wine alcohol licenses submitted by Cute Mart for Wilmer Cute Mart located in District 2. Five, approve a sponsorship agreement with Africatown Community Teach and Outreach in the amount of $1,000 from District 1 funds to be used for its annual Community Day event. Number six, approve appropriation contract with the City of Citronelle in the amount of $7,500 from District 1 funds to be used for the bulletproof vests for Citronelle Police Department. Number seven, approve sponsorship agreement with McKinney Place in the total amount of $2,500 to be divided as follows for its Build Hope event. Number eight, approve sponsorship agreement with Miss Mobile Bay Organization in the amount of $1,000 from District 2 funds for its Miss Mobile Bay Organization competition. Nine, approve sponsorship agreement with Providence Foundation in the amount of $1,200 from District 2 funds for its annual charity golf classic. 10, approve request for authorization to reject all bids and advertise to rebid the 8th floor renovations and IT training room revisions project. 11, approve request for authorization to reject all bids and advertise to rebid the Sims Community Center Park Shade Structures project. 12, adopt resolution approving holiday schedule for fiscal year 22 through 2023. 13, approve franchise agreement with Mediacom Southeast granting a non-exclusive franchise for the construction and operations of a cable system for a 10-year term for a fee of 5% of annual gross revenues. Number 14, we will ask to be voted at the conference. Approve application for special events retail alcohol licenses submitted by Sarah Ventures for the barn located in District 3 for the following dates.
When this says 140, is that a statue or something? Or is that 140 different?
I believe that's the classification of
The classification,
of
okay.
the license.
That's correct,
All
classification.
right, so moved.
Second.
That would be a lot of events.
That's what I couldn't figure out.
15, approve contract with TDA Consulting to provide technical assistance for the home ARP program for a cost of up to $160,000. This contract will be for an 8-year term commencing on September 1st, 2022 and shall expire on August 31st, 2030. This contract term coincides with the period of performance for the home ARP grant agreement. 16, recommend assignment to Adams Stewart Architects for Government Plaza Bifold doors replacement. Work will consist of the design, bidding, and project administration associated with the replacement of the bifold doors. The proposed fee is $10,500.
These are the garage doors, correct?
Which doors? Yeah, that was my question too.
The entrance doors to the garage?
Yes, ma'am. These are the bifold doors that enter the basement to the garage, and we're going to bid a project to replace both sets.
That is good news. I am so happy to hear that.
It was time.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Can we just insert garage or something in there so
Yeah,
we know
just
which
to
bifold door?
identify, right. Of course, I don't know how many bifold doors we've got,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was.
Yes, we will clarify that. 17, request for authorization to advertise for bids for the Revenue Commission Teller Window Project. 18, approve request for authorization to advertise for bids for the Mobile Metro Jail Smoke Purge Ventilation System upgrade. 19, authorize execution of Alabama Recycling Fund grant agreement from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for the funding of a glass pulverizer for the Mobile County Recycle Center for an amount not to exceed $19,624. 20, approve contract amendment number 5 to the Mobile County Park Initiative with Watermark Design Group dated June 22nd, 2021, to add Task 9 Engineering Design and CE&I Services for the Linksman Golf Course. 21, there is a revision here to what was previously submitted for the agenda and will read as follows. Approve 3-month extension of professional services contract with Thomas Stephen Elsor for the provision of consulting services in all aspects of the operation of James T. Strickland Youth Center on the same terms and conditions. Number 22, approve.
Now, the 21 we have says something different.
It's changed
It has
from,
more detail, the 21.
Okay. Approve 3-month extension of professional services contract with Thomas Stephen Ellisor for the provision of consulting services in all aspects of the operation of James T. Strickland Youth Center to include updating the detention manual and training staff at a rate of $50 per hour, not to exceed $2,000 per month. Thank you.
Yeah, mine's my digital, yes, but my printed out copy, that's why my digital is more updated than
well,
the
she's
printed
got a
out.
printed copy.
I have an updated printed copy.
I thought I had an updated one, doesn't have that. But okay,
Go digital.
all right, we're good.
Yes. Number 22. Approve professional services agreement with Ice Miller for the calculation of bond rebate reports for total fees for this agreement is $14,500. Number 23, consider taking the following action on bids. Number 24, approve renewal of maintenance agreement with Beard Equipment Company in the amount of $2,580 for online service advisor 5 for all CNF, CCE Deere, and Hitachi machines.
What's C now?
What is CNF?
Okay, all right.
CNF.
For the Public Works Department. We will get back to you on that. 25, approve contract amendment number 6 to the Mobile County Park Initiative with Mcdonald, Alabama, dated June 25th, 2021, to add Task 7 additional services for Bayfront Park restoration and improvement. 26, approve purchase of 2.7 acres of real property located on north side of Moffett Road, Mobile, Alabama, for $22,000 plus closing cost, and to authorize commission president to sign all documentation related to the transaction.
This is property that is adjacent to county-owned property that we purchased at Escatapa Hollow.
Okay.
So it just expands
Okay.
that footprint a little bit more.
And I saw that in the supplemental document. I think it would just be helpful to just include that this is for Escataba Hollow Campground.
Yes.
And Commissioners, we may add the names of the 2 different ownership groups, so with the consent of the commission, I'll add Escataba, give Eddie's updated language, as well as the names of the 2 different ownership groups that collectively comprise the totality of who we need to receive the conveyance from.
Very good, thank you.
These are good prices, too.
Yeah,
Is that on the river?
Yes, part of it is on the.
part of it, yeah.
Immediately to the north of the bridge over the Escatapa.
So we've acquired a good bit of waterfront property at this point. So
That,
This will complete the waterfront property.
I've been out there. I don't know if I told you, but, I went out and that's a beautiful park. It's gonna be fantastic when it's finished.
Mr. Dewitt had his four-wheeler out there and had to
Yeah.
tow somebody out of the.
Somebody else had a four-wheeler out there too.
Lucky yours had a,
But
lucky
it
yours
is
had a
it's
winch
a
on it.
beautiful park. I know it's your district, but I'm super excited about Escataba. It's really beautiful and I'm excited about
I am
the
too.
camping, experience and.
There's
and
been a
being on the
delay,
water.
it's being renovated and expanded in phases. And the first phase is the day use area. And that was really supposed to be open by now, but we've had delays and construction issues and what have you. And we're hoping now, for a fall opening on the day use. Is that right, Eddie? Is
Matthew, can
Tina?
you speak towards
Matthew? Oh, there's Matthew.
the latest?
Yeah.
Well, I want to say I've seen people talking about just complaints about the length of time, but I think once it's open, the people in Mobile County are going to be really excited to see the amenities there and the additional opportunity to spend time with your family at that park. It's
Camping experience.
it's really impressive.
Thank
It's
you.
really impressive.
No, we are looking toward a fall opening for the park. We've been pushing the contractor pretty hard to wrap things up. So I had a meeting with him yesterday, and he should have us scheduled today detailing that. But a fall opening is a fair assessment.
I think that'll make a lot of people happy. I
Absolutely.
get frequent calls and I can understand why. I would be anxious as well. It's been closed for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
We're building a really, I think, good Mobile County Parks system. And I just think we're gonna have people from all over the county going to all of our parks, and I think that's what we all want. We have a park system.
Yeah.
I think we might be well-known all over the state for our wonderful parks once we complete all these renovations and expansions.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Okay, Eddie?
Along those same lines, the 27 is for the same piece of property, approved purchase of 2.7 acres of real property located on the north side of Moffett Road, Mobile County, for $5,000 plus closing costs, and authorize the commission president to sign all documentation.
Why was this split?
Well, there's two owners and.
Oh, this is the two,
It's the
that's
same parcel of property. We just had two
Gotcha.
separate ownership groups and maybe for ease of looking back at it in the future, we'll know X was for one and Y was for the other. I could have combined it.
Yeah, okay.
But we've had two separate purchase agreements. And that's why I decided to make two separate agenda
All right.
items.
Well, I don't know if it would be helpful to designate it as
I am, as I mentioned on the
number one
previous
and number
one,
two.
I'm gonna put the name of each ownership group on 26 and 27 and add Escataba to both.
It actually looks like we're purchasing 5.4 acres.
I'll-
Yeah.
I'll clean it up.
That's a good point. Okay, Eddie?
28, approve intergovernmental agreement for development and expansion of the Mobile County Sportsplex with the City of Mobile to provide $5 million towards the Mobile County Sportsplex pending final legal review.
And just to remind everyone, 2 million of that will go towards the soccer complex and 3 million towards the aquatic center. That's how the city has scheduled that appropriation. Good
29?
news.
Yes. 29, approve extension of current lease agreement for 6 months under the current purchasing cooperative Omnia contract from William Scotsman for one 48 by 10 mobile office at a cost of $11,879.45 and one 40 by 12 toilet unit at a cost of $22,227.57 for the Cedar Point location. 30. We do have a change in what was originally released, and it will read as follow. Adopt sole source resolution approving renewal of contract with Environmental Systems Research Institute for Esri Enterprise Advantage Program to purchase additional learning and service credits in the amount of $62,100. 31, approve Second Amendment to Professional Services Agreement with the Coleman Group doing business as Furion for polling technicians for the general election to increase compensation for training hours and services on Election Day. 32, approve appropriation contract with Dedicated Dentist in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 funds for its annual free dental day. 33, approve project development agreement amongst Alabama Mobile Satchel LLC for the County of Mobile, Alabama, and the City of Mobile, Alabama, whereby the county and city will each contribute up to $1,250,000 for development and construction of a Topgolf entertainment venue, which will be located near Interstate 65 and Government Street, and to authorize Commission President to sign all necessary documents associated with the project development agreement. The 772 public notice was advertised in the Mobile Press Register on Sunday, August 14th, 2022. 34, approve renewal of support agreement with DLT Solutions under the current purchasing contract Omnia in the amount of $17,760.73 for Sun Hardware for the Sheriff's Office. 35, approve appropriation contract with Mobile Regional Senior Community Center Foundation in the amount of $13,477.80 from District 2 funds to be used for landscape maintenance at the Connie Hudson Mobile Regional Senior Community Center, project contingent upon paperwork and legal review. 36, approve sponsorship agreement with Mobile United in the amount of $250 from District 1 funds for its Resource Rodeo event. We do have one add-on to the administration agenda. This add-on is adopt a resolution authorizing the County Commission to host a promotional event at the Celebrate Mobile University of South Alabama football game to be held September 24th, 2022, and payment of expenses not to exceed $5,000. And that's all.
Are we ready to expound on that?
I am now.
Oh, no.
CNF is construction
Oh.
and forestry equipment. And CCE is construction and compaction equipment, so
Construction and forestry, and what's the other one?
construction compaction.
Well, I figured it was construction and something. I just didn't. Okay,
Compaction.
Equipment, yes.
good to know. Thank you, Ricky.
The Celebrate Mobile event is, the University of South Alabama is providing tickets for city and county elected officials to provide to constituents, et cetera, employees. And the dean has been working on putting together an event where we would have a tailgating tent and welcome the community to our area.
I think that's a great idea.
It'll be good. It'll give us an opportunity to provide literature on things the county does and educate people, and it should be an amazing event. It'll be, the entire day
And
is going to
fun.
be designated to Mobile, so the city, the county. There'll be a lot of activities that day, so it'll be exciting.
All
So,
right, well, we'll wait to hear more then.
yes, thank you, and thank you, Dina.
Yes, Dina, thank you. Okay. Are we ready for our engineering and public works?
I'm just picking on this fall. It's kind of fun.
I'm ready for it.
Y'all ready for it? Okay. You're up.
Very, very good. Okay, good morning, Commissioners. Item number 1, approve setting the following speed limits as listed below. Commissioners, this is Glass Road, which is the new road connection that we made from Hurricane Boulevard, the west end of Hurricane Boulevard, up to 188 to provide a second entrance and exit for the Alma Brown High School down there. So we'll be opening that up shortly as soon as the punch list items are taken care of. Item 2, authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds as listed below. Item 3, approve right-of-way or easement agreements for track 11, track 12 on one of our 2020 pay-as-you-go projects. Item 4, approve preliminary and final plat of the re-subdivision of all of Lot 1, Eliza Jordan Corner, that's in Commission District 3. And approve the preliminary and final plat of Grelot Oaks, which is also in Commission District 3. Item 5, approve annual contract renewal with Earl Dudley for a one-year subscription for INET services. This is for our Engineering Public Works Department. Item 6, accept the Airport Improvement Program grant offer and agreement for the Jeremiah Denton Airport to fund the 90% federal fund reimbursement for the design of the safety area improvements on runway 12-30, which is the reconstruction of the seawall bulkhead down there. And
Brian, are you done with that, talking about that item? Because I want to take that an opportunity real quick to talk about the airport at Dauphin Island and the runway there real quick.
Okay.
And as we all know, there was a tragic accident there several weeks ago where some young men hit the runway at Dauphin Island. There was a death involved. And first of all, my condolences to their family. Since that incident, there's been a lot of phone calls to my office, emails, text messages, social media outreach, and I just kind of want to give an update to where we're at right now. So I think we reached out to the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard basically said it's a land mass and that they're not really involved in land mass. They work on the water. So with Brian's help, we've reached out to the FAA about potentially putting lights on that runway, which is most likely not going to happen. Brian and I had scheduled today to go to Dauphin Island, but because of the weather, we didn't feel like we'd get much accomplished, so we're going to reschedule that. But I do want the family and the people in South Mobile County to know that we see an opportunity to make that runway a little safer, and we're exploring some options of putting some reflective signage at the runway to make that thing a little bit safer. I think the best place to address that is here at the meeting and not on social media. So there are plans in the process, and we're working also with Ricky and the Public Works Department to get down there and see what we can do, to make sure that things like that in our community are safe. And I've said this a million times, coming from a law enforcement background, I always want to make sure if there's something that we can do in our community to make our community safer, that we're doing that. So I just wanted to address that while you were talking about the agenda item dealing with the Jeremiah Denton Airport. So thank you.
Okay. And Commissioner, that maximum reimbursement would be a little over $201,000.
Okay.
Item 7, accept a drainage easement between Mcgehee Road and Alabama 188. This is a 20-foot drainage easement adjacent to an existing 30-foot drainage easement. And Commissioners, that's it as far as our existing agenda. Just want to bring to your attention, we will be presenting to you tomorrow the fiscal year 2023 County Transportation Plan. I'll be glad to go over that with you, and we'll have it ready for your vote Monday. It has to be approved before the end of this month for the ACCA. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Commissioner Ludgood, any comments? Any additional? Okay. Yes, Cherie.
We have several members of the media here, and we have a lot of interest in item number 33, so I would respectfully request that the media position themselves in front of the backdrop, and any commissioners who would be willing to comment on that item, make your way over there, so we can be as orderly as possible as we conclude the meeting today.
Okay. Thank you. All right, with that, then, we will go ahead and adjourn this meeting and convene our regular meeting on Monday.
With the media. You want to help with the commissioners while they're being interviewed?